Salute everybody. This is Lawrence D. Adams. This is when spirituality and the game combines. I got to turn the light off. I can't do this with this light on. Let me turn this light off over here. I was about to go in, but I can't go in like I want to. And I might have to switch it up a little bit. But the song you hear it in the back, shout out to everyone that's in the chat room. Shout out to everyone. Today, we are talking. Happy what's going on, Sharice, Joe Blaz, King Solomon, Trav, and everybody in the chat room, in the back room, in the clouds, whatever else listening. Today, we are talking about stop giving a flying flip, and you put the rest of the words with your own lips. Let me say that again. Let me get it. You love that track? Yeah. This you can get this track is on. You can get this. It's available on Amazon. It's available on Tidal. It's on all streaming service. This song right here is everywhere. You can purchase it. You can get it. Support LDA and the thinking class and what we do. This track is available. It's good for meditating, especially what I'm about to go in right now, because sometimes you want to meditate. It's called Midnight Loving. Look me up on any streaming service, and you will find it anywhere. Yep, this track is available. I think you need to get this to meditate, whatever you need to do, prayer, whatever you're going to do, connecting with God and things like that. It's a good track to do that. But let's get back and let's get into it. Let's cut through the chase, cut through all the bushes, cut through it. Stop giving a flying flip in this season. Shout out to Joe Blast. He was the inspiration for this actual podcast. We were talking around in the back cave. He was saying some things, and I said, you know what? I didn't know when to bring it up, but this was the perfect time to bring it up. So shout out what's going on, Wade. What's going on, everybody? Shout out to everybody that's in the chat room. Shout out to everyone. Stop giving a flying flip, fudge, whatever you want to call it. Stop. We're in a day and age with a lot of people having opinions, thoughts, and concerns about everything under the sun, but about them. Let me say that again. We're in a day and age when everyone, because of the social media platform, has something to say, have an opinion and a belly hole, and they think they got everything to say. You got to realize you got to stop giving a flying flip about what people say and what they think. Let me emphasize this game very clearly. This does not mean that you dismiss people or that you disregard people. You just got to learn this thing I'm going to give here as we talk about this, about not giving a flying flip about certain things that don't even matter. My mother, as she said, I see in the quote, my mother used to always say, we major in the minors and minor in the major. We have too many people concerned about things that do not even matter, who does not even calculate to your bottom line. It does not go to your bottom line. It does not affect your pockets. Sometimes people just talking and what they call them, flapping their jaws just so they can be heard because they don't feel important. But we got to stop. We got to learn not to give a flying flip about certain things. How you turn off what your grandma put in you. We got to stop. We got to stop. Stop giving a flying flip. I know you say, where is this in the Bible? Where is this spiritual? I'm telling you, one of the most, y'all need to get this, spiritual things you can do is stop giving a flying flip. That's that's the most important thing you can do is stop giving a flying flip about what others think or say about what you gonna do, where you gonna go, how you gonna get there, and what's the price is gonna be. We see the sensitivity that some people have, and let me say this very clearly, that some men are having over this subject, and I'm going to say it, over travel, not to travel, whatever, who got game, who don't have game. I don't give a flying flip what you do with your phallus. I've said that before. I said it before this argument even started. We got to stop giving a flying flip about what other people are thinking and what they're doing. Is it affecting my bottom line? There will always, and I always say this, I've said it years, there will always be simps. They are a necessary evil. There will always be ratchet modern day women. I've been saying that for the longest. There will always be modern men. But you have to make a stand and say, you know what? How am I going to stay and be different and not give a flying flip? See, the problem we see on these YouTube streets right here is because people want to change. People who don't want to change are going to do what they want to do. So you got to stop giving a flying flip about what other people say, do, and how they're going to move. I see your question, Fear. So how do you turn off what your grandma put in you? You turn it up and say, you know what? It does not apply to me. You got to stop giving so much energy to things, people, situations that don't work in your favor. This is not meaning that you don't get wise counsel, but so many people giving too much energy to things that don't even matter. It does not even matter. Is it affecting your family? Is it affecting your community? Is it affecting you? Then no. Guess what? I don't even need to care. We give too much cadence. Let me get right to it. We put people's opinion. What's going on, sweetie? We give people's opinion in our lives more precedence than we give our own self or our own way of thinking, and we honor them. Not saying that you don't honor other people's above our own opinion, thoughts, or even the way we think. So we put people in positions that they do not belong in our life. That's the reason why we care. Some people don't deserve the position that you've given them in your mind because you're caring too much. You shouldn't give a flying flip. Is it going to affect your marriage? Is it going to affect what you do in the bedroom? Is it really going to affect you? No, you shouldn't give a flying. You fill in the blank of what that even matters. You realize you become more freer, and actually, and we really put this in terms, you become freer, but you begin to attract everything to you faster. It's bizarre how a lot of us got that far in this mess. Right. I heard what AV said today. Excellent point. These brothers are come going back and forth over, and this is not to mitigate women, over women. Who gonna do this over there in this country or this country? Who cares? We care too much about things that don't even matter. We giving a flying flip. It sounds good. It's itching ears. It sounds, oh man, oh wow, it sounds good. It's entertaining. But at the end of the day, does it add to the bottom line? I remember this multimillionaire marketer Dan Kennedy said, "If I go to sleep thinking about you and you do not contribute to my bottom line, I gotta let you go." Let me say that again. Dan Kennedy, millionaire marketer, said something very important. If you do not contribute to my bottom line and I'm going to sleep thinking about you at night, I got to let you go. That is the same way we have to be when it comes to giving a crap about what other people think. That's their business and what they do and where they go. Who has game or who doesn't have game? You don't need game. Who gives a flying flip? The problem is The reason why it's stirred up on both sides, because only hit dogs holler. You don't need to defend something if it's not you. I don't need to defend anyone talking about me wearing fedoras because, or wearing Scullies, and put it that way. You know why? I don't wear Scullies unless it's the wintertime. I don't need to defend myself and say, hey, you guys are getting on me because I wear Scullies. Y'all shouldn't be talking about it. You know I wear fedoras. It does not apply to me. It does not apply. So why do I need to defend myself? If I am going and doing what I'm doing, I do not care what you say, what videos you make, if it does not apply to me. Only hit dogs holler. You don't need to defend yourself when you realize that it's not you. Matter of fact, you enjoy them going back and forth about something that does not apply to you. You enjoy oh, great, that's wonderful. It doesn't apply to me. I don't need to defend myself. I don't even need to say anything. If you feel that way, if you think that way, wonderful. I don't care. I don't give a flying flip. Well, LDA, did you go out the country? Yes, I've been out the country. Well, LDA, do you have money or do you not have money? Why do it even matter? Well, I don't see your receipts, LDA. You saying all these things. You say this about game and you say this about that. Where's your receipts? What you doing? Brother, it's amazing. And I'm going to say this. It's amazing on these YouTube streets and on these Instagram streets. We complain about what women do, but we end up doing what women do. I hope that'll go over somebody's head. We complain about what women do to men, and men do the same thing to other men. Shame, guilt, the need to be right. Kevin, thank you. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. It's amazing that men will get on here and they berate, and these women, they get on women because they shame, guilt, and the need to be right. But they do the same thing with brothers, shame, guilt, and the need to be right. Somebody please make that make sense to me. Please make it make sense. And then if you're not paying attention, women are sitting in the back like, I thought they said they don't want us to do that, but they doing it to their own self. Why should I follow his leadership? Why should I go where he said go? When he's doing the thing he said I shouldn't do to him, but he's doing it to his own brother. I don't get it. Dudes be crying over other ministries, like seeing them going to make the person better. Right. I don't care. You got to not give up. So what? Maybe that comes with maturity. Maybe that comes with maturity and being around and seeing some things, went through some things. But it's amazing. The very thing we complain about with women. And then, let me say that because I seen something yesterday that just stirred me up. Like, dude, how are you going to get in your emotions with another man, but then get mad when women get emotional with you when you are in a debate with them? I'm not going to call the brothers out. There's no one you know. I'm looking in the clouds always. How are you getting your emotions about that? It's amazing how we care about things that's not going to add to the bottom line, that's not going to change people's lives, that's not going to offer solutions, and not going to bring the community, particularly Black community, together. We major in the minor and we minor in the major. This whole thing about going back and forth with men and women, I'm beyond tired of it. I don't give a flying flip. Shalom, Five, what's going on? I don't give a flying flip about it. People gonna always debate about, because there's money being made when there's division between the man and the woman. Peep the game. They will sell the narrative to feminists, to women, to what? Keep the divide because there's a money side to it. Understand the game. That's why I don't give a flying flip about it. They will sell the narrative that men, you got to be this way and that way. Why? To sell the narrative of division to keep us apart. That's why I don't give a flying flip about it. You don't hear me talk about it. If anything, I'm trying to get you to be the best version of who you are. We put too much emphasis and put people in positions in our thoughts that they should not be. Shout out to my sister. We put people in positions that they do not deserve to be in our lives, especially on these YouTube streets. If you got game, you got game. If you don't got game. Who cares? The only reason why people care because it pokes at their insecurities. Let me say that again. The only reason why they care to respond or not to respond is because it can poke at their insecurities. That's why some males get big problems with women, because they are acting like the women and the women end up despising them. Facts, brother.
You can't make this up.
I promise you, you got to stop giving people positions in your life that they do not deserve. Please understand this, there will always be people who have something to say about what you say and what you do. Let me say that again. There will always be people about saying something about what you do, what you say, how you dress, where you go, who you associate with, if you go out the country, if you stay in the country, if you deal, if you don't deal, you got game, whatever the case may be. There will always be people who have something to say, either out of their own insecurities or out of their own because they haven't did what you did or venture to what you did. It will always be people who would do that. If you plan on doing anything of greatness or anything that's against the norm, expect people to talk about you. That's why you got to not give a flying flip. That's why you can't give a flying. If we decide to own 5 buildings, there are gonna be people who will be mad who's written in the basement unit because you got 5 buildings. If you decide to live in the basement unit and you ride a bicycle, there's gonna be somebody mad because you got a bicycle and they do not. You got to stop giving a flying flip about what people say and what they're going to. This is the problem. You get too emotionally attached to what people and what they say. If they attack you, if they agree with you, that's the next thing. When you looking for people to agree with your stance and what you think, you bound to go down with the ship. You can't give a flying flip if they agree with you or not. You can't. Got to be like Officer Brooks that arrested the gorilla and the guy said for denying. Yep. That cop did not give a flying when she said, "Oh, please," but no, she didn't clear. Trust me. All that, and I'm from the church. All that pleading the blood, Jesus. Oh my God, you should have just signed a ticket. These nuts and came here and started and stuff.
You can't make this up.
Then came here and started, but you cannot be in that position. What's going on, J-Dub? You cannot. Too many people are lost in the sauce because of people, what they say. There will always be people talking about you. Somebody could get it, John the W, because he went to Vegas this weekend. Somebody could have said something about Yahoo because he's in DC. Somebody could say something, well, he's in Cleveland. He's doing that. There will always people who going to have something to say. Thank you so much, Dre. Good to see you. Right. Detach. Oops, I don't know how that got started, but yeah. Detach the mind. Yeah. This is the most spiritual thing that you can do. Y'all talking about spirituality in the game. The most spiritual thing you can do is like, really? There will always be people talk. If they talked about the Messiah, if they talked about him, what makes you think that they won't talk about you? Jim Lawrence got that damn picture of the lion on the wall. Now my day is going to be right. Yeah, you gotta. Do you think? Thank you. I mean, y'all. Let me break this down. Do you think that lion on my wall? Let me give him a little shout out, Leo. That's what I call him. Do you think a lion cares about what the sheep is thinking? He does not care what the sheep, which is dumb, what is thinking. He does not care that the sheep is mad because he has a harem of women and the sheep does get his opportunity when he can get the opportunity to. Do you think the lion really cares? The lion doesn't care. The lion, like, whatever, man, this is my domain, whatever it is. He is not concerned about the sheep. He's not concerned about what they do, how they follow along. He keeps going, doing what he needs to do and be the person that he needs to be. Please take this with a grain of salt. That does not mean that you don't need correction, that you don't need direction, and that you don't need wisdom. I think I talked to Governor last night. I think when he got the phone to about 1 o'clock in the morning. Why? Direction, correction. Some things need to be adjusted. I'm telling you, I promise you. When you different from normal, people will hate. But when you different from because norms, you will be loved and revered. Do you and make compromise only when absolutely necessary? That's right. Y'all better get this. Y'all better get this. Don't you understand that? Don't you think they did not like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad? Do you not think they did not like Malcolm? Do you not think that they had an opinion about Martin Luther King? Do you not think they had an opinion about Nelson Mandela? You got to get the tough skin where you just don't care. I do whatever. I hear you, but I don't hear you. I hear you, but I don't hear you. And this is not meaning that you go and break the law, or that you do things that are disrespectful to others. Please understand that, because I don't want nobody to take what I'm saying. Oh, guess what? I'm going to do whatever I want to do, and I'm going to do what I got to do. But no, that does not mean that. What it means is that you're in a place where what they say, okay, great. The problem is, and y'all need to get this, some people have taken this message of not caring and taken it and become entitled. Let me say that again. The problem is some people have taken this message. Oh, I don't care. I'm going to do what I want to do. You can't tell me nothing. I don't care. I don't give a flying flip. And they have taken this message and become entitled. Hence the situation in Atlanta with Officer Brooks and the young lady. Entitled. That's the danger of this. That's why I'm emphasizing that. There has to be a balance with that. Yeah, you shouldn't care, whatever. But at the same time, that does not mean you break the law. Let me emphasize this. Because some people get this and like, oh, LGA just gave me a free pass to do what I want to do. I don't care about nobody. I'm going to do me, whatever. No. It does not mean you come to the place where you become entitled in this. You become responsible with this. Let me say that again. Let me say this again. Good for her. That entitlement has been right. Let me say this again. When you give this place, it is not a place when you come, you don't give a flying flip. It is not a place of entitlement. It's a place of responsibility. This is where people miss it, especially this generation and the generations below me. I'm 50 below me. Especially the generation below me. Oh yeah, you know what? You ain't gonna tell me I don't care about nothing. Entitled men and women, modern men and women. You can't tell me nothing. I don't care about nothing. Entitled. You have no sense of responsibility of what you do and consequences of what you do. I know what I'm talking about. Not caring doesn't mean that you live above the law and the structures in place. The deacon class did not promote. Thank you, Dean. Not caring only applies to the place of applies to being a place of fullness where others can shame your craft. Thank you so much. Well said. Thank you, the Dean over here. I said it. This is it. What's going on, Ted? This is the difference. Because we got a lot of people who have taken this philosophy. I don't give a flying flip. I don't give a flying fudge. I can say what I want to do. I'm going to come in your chat room and blow down on you. I'm going to make videos about you. I'm going to say whatever. They have a sense of entitlement without responsibility, and they don't want to deal with the consequences of their entitlement. And this is the other side of it. This is the other side. If you're going to throw a punch at somebody, yeah, I may not care, but don't think I'm going to sit there and take a punch from you. Let me say that again, because some people think, well, somebody just don't give a flying flip, you can do whatever. Just let me say this again. Let me say this again. Look who's in the room. The big dog's here. Folks don't even have a foundation for the action. It's just being petty. Come on, man. Come on, John. Come on up, man. I know you're in the clouds, dude. But dude, come on. Bruh. It is the honest to God truth. Don't think that you're going to just come out and just say stuff and do it because you don't give a flying flip and it ain't going to be no consequences to it. That it ain't going to be something, repercussions to it. I don't want people to get that. Just because I don't give a flying flip don't mean I won't get a flying flip on top of your head. I promise you, people miss this point of not giving up flying about things. I promise you. Folks don't even have a foundation for the action. It's just being petty. Right. That's why I'm not getting into no debates about travel or not. I got a trip coming, I'm planning up. And y'all can get mad, call me a simp, whatever the case may be. I got more game than what you can even imagine. So I dare somebody to say something. Woo! Even nature itself gives its punishment when moving contrary to it. Brother, woo!
You can't make this up.
So don't think I'm giving a pass for people to do whatever they want because they'll give a flying flip. If you do something, there is a called cause and effect. Your asphalt will be a cause and effect. You saying things in the chat room, not saying you per se, you saying things in the chat room, is going to be a cause and effect. You got it under the wrong name. Let me pull it anyway. It ain't going to show up. You going to pull it? Okay, you're going to be here. People need to learn how to properly employ not giving a F, folks. Don't know how to assess the consequences of the actions. Right. I promise you. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. I promise you. These ninjas, I tell you. Don't take my not giving up about certain things. Don't take it for granted. Cool, okay. don't know who's telling me stuff. Okay. Look, the man is here. Give him. Oh my God! I know you had to show up for this one.
It's like whole week. We got too much stuff going on now. We see everybody thinking they got to respond to everybody.
Oh my freaking God! Shout out to Jono in the building, dude. Come on, man.
It's too much, right? Even in the church world, the church world's on fire right now. Like,
oh my God!
Everybody thinks they have a platform because they have a platform. Once again, stay in your place, right?
Right.
Your platform was designed for what you were emitting your content for, not to be a speaker board to judge other people.
Right.
That's the reason why I jumped in there. I was like, wait a minute. People are always thinking that I'm going to use my platform to just shoot down or embarrass somebody else. And that's not right.
It's not, Jono. Like the situation, I'm going to call it out. It's going to be a situation with Beyonce.
Yeah.
If Twinkie Clark, who's from Detroit, Michigan, gave the permission to sign off for Beyonce to use it, who are you, brother, to say something about it? Everybody got an opinion. I think it was clout chasing.
Well, I think they wanted their own. They wanted their own boost on their own platform. That's what I said. It's petty for no reason. And this person never, obviously they cleared the song. I mean, then her sister, right? Doesn't her sister go up on during one of the other meetings? She says, leave Beyonce alone. Yeah, obviously got paid.
I'm like, sing on, sister. I'm tired. My tides are going in.
Like we always said, this was paid for, not prayed for.
Right.
This was not prayed for. This was paid for. Okay? Don't ever look. What your mother always say, don't ever look a gift horse in the mouth.
Right.
Khalees messed up. See, a lot of things, everybody, she took the milkshake sample and put it in her song. Well, what you guys don't realize is that she gave Khalees direct credit for the sample instead of the Neptunes. And when Khalees started acting up, she just removed the sample, removed her credit. Now she ain't making no money. She wasn't making no money from Milkshake unless she goes on stage and perform it. All of her royalties was going to the Neptunes. Pharrell, if I know, anybody don't know who that is. Okay. What I'm not saying that she had to clear it with her. She didn't have to clear it with Khalees to get that sample, but she wrote her into the credits. See what happens when you run your mouth? You mess up your blessing sometimes. And that's exactly what we're talking about. The comparison here is you got two songs on the same album. Everybody just want some of the literal. It's like you could look at Beyonce. She's such a problem. No, she's not. She blessed. Y'all blessed. You want to be in her shadow. Y'all could see the anointing, even though she's not saved, which is, we don't know that. We don't know nothing. To say she's not something that who do you just because she don't go to your church? How dare you? Okay, the anointing is so vast that you want to stand in her shadow and get some clout. That should be the real problem.
And think about it, Jono. Do you think Beyonce gave a flying flip about it?
Beyonce's like, bring it. Look at my plays on Tidal. Look at my plays on Spotify. Go right ahead.
Right. That's what I'm saying. My mother always said we major in the minor and minor in the majors. Always doing it. I see y'all talking in the chat room. I am not going down that road what Passport Brothers do and what guys do here. If a man, I keep saying this, I'm going to say this, what a man does with his phallus, Jono, is none of my business. If he goes to Colombia, because I plan a trip to Colombia for all y'all going to say I'm passport tricking. What you going to do then? You going to say LDA tricking?
Listen, tell me none of it. Tell me all of it or none of it's paid for.
Either way, U.S. or no way.
It don't matter. It don't matter to you. Nobody. It ain't you.
Right.
What's another great saying? If you're not guilty of the same thing, then you need to cast the first stone.
That's
You
Bible.
you don't what you think is you holier than thou, and you think your morality is set to a different level that you can now, preach from the perch, and that's not correct. You're supposed to be able to understand that the difference in us makes us unique. My choices are my choices. If I want to go to Colombia, I'm dealing with somebody right now. I got a new dialer down there. We're trying to build a technical relationship, and I'm pumping out work out of Colombia. If I want to get on a plane and go down there, you can't be going to, yo, he's got a wife. Why is he going to Colombia? You don't know why I'm going down there. I got business down there. But your first thought is human tourism. And trust me, I don't have to pay for it. So why would I do that? But other people will go and assume. You get what I'm saying?
That's my
I don't
point.
need to be a human tourist.
My point.
Or it's the other word, is sex tourism, right? But I
Yeah,
don't want to
sex
get
tourism.
blocked.
That's what it is. It's cool. It is what it
It's
is.
human because I don't want to get blocked. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
the issue really is assumption.
that's exactly what it is.
And you don't know what I have. You don't know why I'm doing something. It should be none of your business. But everybody got a platform now. Everybody got a phone, right? Everybody taking this phone and making it a weapon. You know what I'm saying? Or I could talk to the whole world with this. And how do you know anybody want to even know your opinion?
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody asked you.
That's what I'm saying. Either side, I don't give a rat's butt what you do, what you do down there, or what you do in the United States. Because I know a lot of John. We can talk behind the scenes. I know a lot of tricking that's going on in these United States. Even somebody named T.I. made it so it ain't. What did he say? Ain't tricking if you got it.
No, it's not. And you know what? When I say weaponized, people take it because they can't get it and have to call it something they don't understand.
That's good. That's good.
I'm gonna weaponize. Oh, you doing this because of this. When people do that, if they don't understand, they need a definition out of their dictionary, and their dictionary the same as yours. I gotta name it something. I gotta weaponize it. We really shouldn't care. If you watch it minding your own till, as they say, if you were minding your own till, you would see your sheep running out the till instead of watching somebody else's till. You know what I'm saying? You need to watch what's running out of your till. Why did you get it wrong? Take your own responsibility, as we do on this channel. Take responsibility for yourself. You don't have no time to work on somebody else's project.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Dude,
nobody asked you. Nobody asked you for your opinion.
That's the point. That is the point of this freaking show. Why do we even care about what somebody else is doing? I understand it's got us licked in the YouTube streets. I do not, Jono, I promise you.
It's the only way to getting views now. That's the problem. Reaction, commentating. I'm not popular, so I'm gonna go grab somebody else's popularity and comment in it. And hopefully, if I disagree, y'all will get my views and my stuff. You know what? I really hope I don't have to ever do that. We try to, when we commentate and react on certain subjects like we are right now, we try to bring some common sense to it. That's what we're doing. We're not taking a side here. You know why? Because it's none of our business. It's none of our business. We'd like to dissect the personalities.
Yeah.
We'd like to dissect the occurrence, put some details to the madness you're seeing, but there's no way we try to say, oh, you should have did this and you should have did that. Even the preacher, unfortunately, I could get mad at him for what he said about Beyonce, but I understand the game better to know that he was trying to get attention. And if y'all don't see that part, then y'all don't know how to peep game.
That's what I'm saying. John, at the end of the day, Whether anybody, Yahoo put it in there, game is international, baby. It's everywhere. And then go ahead, because I got something.
Why would you put yourself out there to look stupid? You look stupid judging somebody else with no information.
Uh-oh. I ain't never been out the country.
Some of y'all just, you never left the state. Forget about the country. You never left the state.
And that's the problem, dude. It is crazy. I'm telling you, man. I promise you. Look who's in there. Look, Trav is coming up.
What it do?
What's going on?
So I'm just gonna, I don't want to talk about, and I've been vocal on this, but I don't want to talk about it anymore. The whole passport thing. I'm dead with it. We've discussed it and all that. This is a bigger issue than just that because it goes with life. The only thing I will say is I've had people come at me in LDA. We don't have to go into it, but you know what I'm talking about. I've had people come at me who trick that want to always question my game and what I'm doing. And that's where I'm going to have a problem with it because it's like, hey, bro, I don't pay like you pay. So you don't have the right to come at me and try to test everything I'm doing when you can't even do what I'm doing organically. So let's end that right there. Now,
wait. You can't end it right there. Because no matter what, the title of the show is not giving up. Right?
Well,
am I saying it right? The title of the show is not giving a flying flip on what anybody, if you don't do it, that's Trav. And I know you behind the scenes. I got something to tell you too after the scenes, some direction I'm gonna go into. If you don't do it, guess what? I can't knock you. If somebody else,
but it's not about that. If somebody's coming at you all the time and poking you, that's different though. If you're searching for the problem, that's one thing. But if you're doing yourself and somebody is purposely seeking you out all the time and trying to tell you stuff all the time, that's different than just you caring too much. That's somebody always trying to get at you and make a point of doing something to you. At some point,
isn't that a hater?
Right. At some point, you're going to get annoyed because it's not about agreeing or not agreeing. It's, bruh, stay out of my business. I'm not in your business. Why you keep coming in my business? That's
but you're not here to highlight my flaws.
Right. Exactly. When I can highlight your flaws, I'm not trying to do that.
But this is the thing. It has to be two-sided with this. I can't knock what somebody doing outside the country versus what I'm doing here in Cleveland.
No, but what I'm saying is if they do it on their own and that's their business and you're doing your thing, that's your business, fine. But what I'm saying is this is the difference. If you're minding your own business and somebody's always trying to poke at you, right? But you're not poking at them and you ignore it for a while, but at a certain point, that's going to get annoying if somebody keeps poking you. That's human. You're going to say something after a while because you don't want to get poked. And it's because you're invading my space now. Now it's a disrespect thing and it's personal because you've been warned and you keep doing it. That's different. But
you look at it like pick something right here. I'm gonna show you something real quick, okay? I literally watched a fight start, and the person who provoked it wanted to steal the person's energy. Okay. And what you got to understand, when people pick fights with you or pick at your personality to try and break you down, it's a tactic to try to eventually overrule you. And we know that's not going to happen because you're aware of it, right? But don't let the energy get drained. Focus it toward good instead of retaliation. That's all. I think that's what I'm trying to get at here.
No, I agree with that to a certain extent. I'm just saying we're all human, but I don't even want to stay on that because, like I said, you could just remove yourself from the situation and that's it. So there's that.
You give them way more power by accepting the challenge. You don't have to.
But what I'm saying though is this though, right? So with me, right? Because I've changed a lot about myself and I've had family and friends say a lot of stuff and I've had to learn to not care about what they think because those are people that are close to you. You know what I'm saying? So it can affect you and I understand that. But that's why you're gonna have to really learn to not give a F with your family and friends, because family and friends are used to being in a type of same thought process. When you evolve, you're taking yourself out of the group thought process and putting yourself in something that's different, right? So, like, for example, I count my calories on everything I eat. When I go to I'm a lot of my family's house, and I literally keep a food scale over there because I want to stay consistent when I go over to their house too, because I'm over there a lot. I've had my own family and friends clown on me every time I weigh out the food, right? I could let that bother me, but I'm not going to do that. Now, it gets annoying, and I've just said stuff like this. After a while, I keep doing it, and I go, oh, okay, I'm weird because I do that. Well, why is it that I'm in shape and you're not? Ends it right there.
It's a valid answer, but do they deserve it?
No, but like I said, though, I'm not. But at the same time, if it's different if you've heard it 1, 2, 3 times. After the 20th and 30th time, we're human.
No,
and it's not about just ignoring it. There's a certain point where you don't want to be disrespected, because if they're going to disrespect you on that disrespect can continue to other things. So that's all I'm saying. Do I really care what they think? No, because I'm going to keep doing it. But at a certain point, I'm not going to just be constantly disrespected every time I'm around you, because you're going to keep going and take it further and further and further. And family and friends will do that too. You know what I'm saying? Because people that get comfortable with you,
anybody who does that to me, I don't care if you got my last name, you out of my life. I don't have to entertain it. That's the whole point. If there's a platform for 20 and 30 occurrences, guess what? I've given you a platform you don't deserve, and I'm out of your life now. I don't have to deal with that negativity. I don't have to deal with it.
Well, other than those things, some people I'm not going to kick out of my life if we disagree on one topic. We just got to check that topic and move on. But it's different if it's somebody that I really don't care about, and it's somebody that really is not bringing no value to my life. Because some people bring value to your life, but on one thing, they're tripping. You know what I'm saying? And we're all not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people need to be enlightened on what they're doing. So that's all I'm saying. But honestly, in life, bruh, if they're not talking about you, you're not doing something right. People don't talk. You have you're gonna get talked about, especially like, for example, right now I'm hearing that this, let's say the world is round. Everyone said the world was flat. One person said, you know what? The world's actually round, and there's scientific evidence to prove that. That person was called crazy, out of their mind. Probably back then there's some type of devil in their head. There's some magic.
At the stake.
You know what I'm saying? But that person ended up being right. Now, if they cared too much about what other people thought, they wouldn't have pushed their line and got that knowledge out there and found their path with that. You know what I'm saying? That's and if you care too much, where it's like, if I do this, whether it's right or wrong, I care more about what people think I'm doing, you're not going to go down your authentic path. So you have to get to a point where whatever you say and hear and whatever the Lord above says matters, and that's it. That's where you're going to have a place of power, because a lot of times that's the world's test to see how strong are you in your conviction. Can I throw some people at you to say some weak stuff and you going to falter? Or are you going to stay the course and enjoy the benefits?
Let me say this. Let me say this. It is, let me say it. Let me get the esoteric side of what that last part you said. It is you throwing yourself to make sure that you have the proper conviction about yourself. You only meet yourself and others. So when that happens, it is you saying, do I really believe what I said I believe about this particular subject? So let me send it in the form of a person that we now don't agree with. And since we don't agree, guess what happens? I think it's an outward thing, but actually it's just an inward struggle that I'm having to make sure I'm convicted about what I believe. So either the person stays in your life, or they have to what? Disappear out of your life.
Disappear. Yeah.
Or put in their proper place. Like you said, there are people in your life that have to be there because you love them. But you definitely have this one point that you have not really agreed on. Then that puts them in a certain place that we don't try to revisit those emotions. We don't try to visit that event. because we just don't agree.
Yeah, and honestly too, it's you. If everybody disagrees about or agrees about everything, we're not being authentic. We're gonna disagree about certain things, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I just think if you disagree about things, you don't need to force your opinion on other people and be disrespectful. Now, the only time I will say something, right? Like in this space, I'll use for example, if I hear people spreading bad game, I'm not going to let it consume my life, but I will give a chance to say, hey, bro, that's not correct. And the reason why is because I've been through that myself. I don't want you to lose hope. I don't want you to go down this faulty path. So I will say something, but if you don't want to hear me out, then that's fine. I'm not going to force myself and be disrespectful about it. It's like, hey, I said something, you don't want to listen, that's fine. Maybe you'll get the lesson down the road. Maybe you got to go through it yourself to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because I can admit whether it's right or wrong. I sometimes will want to say something, but that's because I care. It doesn't come from a place of I think I'm better or I think I'm superior or nothing like that. But let's say if somebody's going through the same struggle I had and 5 people are telling them the wrong thing, and I'm like, bruh, nah, don't let them people tell you that because they're going to take you down the wrong path. Sometimes I will want to just say, hey, man, I'll tell you by the way, and I'm going to tell you respectfully, that's not true. Here's what I went through. Now, if you don't take it, you don't take it. Now, I got to respect that. But there are some times where if it comes from a place of care, it's different than when it comes from a place of, nah, I'm putting my chest out. You're weak because you don't see it the way I do, and now I'm just going to be disrespectful. That's 2 different things. You know what I'm saying? But even with that, you still got to chill out.
Even this is the reason why we're talking at 140, 149. Even it's some game I want to share behind the scenes. When Michael Corleone, when Vito from The Godfather, you never allow your opponent to see what grabs your attention or makes you upset. He corrected his oldest son. Vito corrected his oldest son, Sammy. Why? Because he was more concerned about being right in the situation, which gave credence to the other person and say, this is what he really cares about. So it's so important with this. Not giving the fly. I tell you, Trav, you know, you see me on many times I want to say a whole bunch of stuff, and I'll sit there like this. Inside, I'm like, you guys still on puppy child while I'm over here eating this filet mignon or tomahawk steak. I put it that way.
Now you better at that with me. I can admit I'm not too bad, but sometimes I'm like, all right, you didn't ask for it. You know what I'm saying?
And so that's why it's important many times we're not giving a flying flip, whatever. But at the same time, you ain't gonna smack me, and I'm gonna give you part of my flying. I'm gonna give part of my flying flip. So I just want to get that. So, man, dude, it's good to have you up, Trav. Jono, bruh. Where you at, bruh?
Yeah, you know, I'm always in the
clouds. In the clouds hovering.
Yeah, John, been a minute, bro. It's good to see you.
You
in the clouds hovering. St. John. St. John.
I'm out there in pseudo names and everything.
Right. Right, because it almost came up. It almost came up.
But this is a side note. I wanted to come up because guess what, too? I come on here and I like to say things to give people game and all that. And maybe if they have, a bad mindset, I can help correct them. But I could be corrected, too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm saying it's like you're never above somebody giving you some game. You know what I mean? And that's why if you're going to give game, you got to take game as well. You have to be fluid. And that's the thing. And I think that doesn't even have anything to do with the topic, but it's so relevant. Once people get a StreamYard account or they get a YouTube channel, it's like you can't tell them nothing anymore. It's like, no, like people can tell us anything until we go. The day you stop learning is the day you die. Diddy is more
absolutely right.
Than me, and he's still doing consultations from people that are in business and stuff like that. I mean, come on, bro. Like we all have to be sharpened. Iron sharpens iron. So you should want to seek knowledge and seek that. And just real quick, and I'll stop. But the term "kick it," we say that a lot now. Just hey, let's go kick it and all that. But it's so loosely used. Kicking it was a pimp term when certain pimps had problems with their stable or a situation and they couldn't figure it out on their own. So they scheduled a meeting with other guys in the game and said, let's kick it, meaning let's kick some knowledge to each other because I want to get a solution to what I'm having. So you're telling me that if we want to relate it to this space, or as far as in the game sector of it, that guys that have the most game, right? PIs, they're still getting consultations from other PIs, but we can't be, but we're going to be above getting game from anybody else. That's crazy.
Yeah. And that's, like I said last night, I didn't go to bed I can get off the phone with Governor. It was 1:11. And then Governor sent me pictures after the 1:11.
Hey, but that's somebody pouring into you. Don't allow that. What I was always told is when somebody's pouring in you, you got two ears for listening and one mouth. The reason why you got double the listening power is so that you can absorb and take on what it is. Now, you also got to qualify where you hear from. So if that source is not qualified, don't waste your time. But if somebody really pouring into you, because like I said, on this show, it's all love. It always is all love.
Always.
What happens is there should always be the opportunity to soak up that knowledge, you know?
Yeah. I want to say personally, these two gentlemen up here, you would be a fool not to listen more than you speak and to hear game from them. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I have a lot of game. But these guys, not only do they have game, but they're also authentic gentlemen. They don't bash people, because on some of the other platforms I see, guys will come up there just to get game. And I don't judge guys if they're at the basic level. You know what I mean? I used to be at the basic level. So why would I judge somebody being at the basic level? I don't know their life. But the guys that are talking on these platforms were at a basic level too. But they want to just crap on these guys that come up there and support them and want game from them. Why would you do that? That's your insecurity showing. You want to feel like the top dog is maybe somebody bullied you in the past about it. That's crazy.
Think about it. When you're the top dog, you don't need to announce it. It announces you.
Right.
I've never asked for a platform. The platform's always been handed to me, and they roll out the red carpet at the same time.
Right. And even with me, I jump on with certain guys because I like, because selfishly I get game from it, and I do feel like I'm good at conversation and chemistry. But bruh, a lot of people told me to come up on panels. That's why I started coming up, because I was told by the top guys, like, man, you should start doing this.
Absolutely.
We're waiting on you.
Right.
Well, Jesus. Travis, we waiting on you to start your channel.
Oh, well, bro, there's other things I want to focus on right now. No, I got coding, I got real estate, I got Bitcoin, I got the gym. I got a lot of things I want to put first.
One video a week is all it takes.
It could, but I'm not interested in it right now. I'm doing one podcast a week, 2-3 podcasts a week where I go feature. But for me, I want to do that right now. You know what I'm saying? But I respect it. You know what I'm saying? But see, people are telling me stuff I ain't getting sensitive to. I'm just like, hey, I want to do that. But I appreciate it too, because it comes from a good place. It's because they want to see me shine. So that's why I appreciate that. It's not being told. See, cats will get sensitive when people tell them that. Nah, it's because they care and they want to see me shine. Those are the type of people you want in your corner.
Right, because everybody get to enjoy the sunlight, and I want you to enjoy the sun. We got to go, man, because I got to change these clothes. I got to take my pimp hat off and put on my work hat. Put on my work hat, baby. Put on my work hat and get this thing going. Get this pimping going. Peace and hair grease. Peace. Hold on, John. I'm going to cut in a second. Oh boy, jeez Louise. That's why I stopped giving up. Oh, sorry, I almost cussed. Like, we still on air. I stopped, man. Some stuff I care, but some stuff I don't give a flip.
I don't even. It's like I don't even care. So why am I even thinking about it?
Right. You can get Colombians here in the United States or in Brazil.
Right,
Anybody.
right in Newark. I just heard that. I didn't know that. I just heard that.
Yeah, I heard that too. I've been saying it. Ay, papi. No papaya.
If I wouldn't pay for him here, I wouldn't pay for him anywhere.
Oh shoot, forget it. Uncle Alec gonna get on this. He didn't cut the mic off. Oh, somebody said down Newark Fair Street. Oh.
Got a little festival coming up soon.
Oh boy, y'all better stop. You gonna get it. They didn't cut the mics off, they still talking. Oh my God. Peace.